What's going on, guys? Today we're doing a little something different. What I've done, or what we're doing here today, is we're making WCA, water soluble calcium. This is used as a foliar feed. I usually put 5 milliliters of this to a gallon, but what you're wanting to do is you're going to take some eggshells. You can break them up prior, or you can break them up after you cook them, but you're going to put them in the oven at about 400 for about 45 minutes. And then after that, if you haven't crushed them, you're going to crush them. And then you're going to add them to a mason jar. Yeah, you can go ahead and start. You're going to add them to a mason jar, or you can even do, just crush them onto here. Or you can do like a gallon jug. And then you're going to add vinegar. Brown rice vinegar is suggested. I don't have that, so we're going to use white vinegar. I've always used white vinegar. It's never been a big deal. But take your eggs, crush them into pieces. The finer the better, but you don't have to go into like a mortar or anything like that. Just break them up. You've cooked them, so I mean, they're sterile at this point.
What's sterile mean?
There's no, you've cooked off all the organic matter and anything that could contaminate your WCA. So when you're done with this, it's going to be a clean product that'll be shelf stable for quite some time. And we're going to do it all. So now, after you make it, you're going to let it sit for 5 to 10 days. You want the bubbles to stop. And I mean, you're basically going to be fermenting it the whole time, because when you're done with it, like I said, it's shelf stable, and it's no different than when we're to be done with it right here, other than it'll be actually water soluble. Right now it's in an insoluble form.
There are so many big pieces, and they're sharp. And
Yep.
look at that.
I know, buddy.
Would
They
you
cut
recommend?
you?
Yeah. Would you recommend doing this with gloves, if possible? Like work gloves?
I mean, you could if you wanted to,
You wanted to get more
or
of
if
a,
you couldn't handle it,
I'm
I
saying
guess.
like a better, like, you know, pure grind that you wouldn't have to worry about. Here.
Don't worry about all that.
Well, you said the better you do it, the better it is, right?
And you want them in about 1/4 inch pieces.
We have around the.
I'm not going to say this isn't an exact science, because this is an exact science. Put that over this, please.
So,
Huh.
so we got a total of this much.
I'm going to get a different jar. I thought for sure that would make more than that.
You sure you want to pick a different jar? You already have it in this one.
For sure. Alright,
There, I left.
I guess we're making a small batch for this video.
Okay, I'll hold it. Science! We need to do this every so often now.
Yes, well, I mean, for the plants you're going to. We don't want to fill the jar all the way up.
Wait,
There will be quite the chemical reaction
chemical
when we
reaction?
set this off. So,
Uh-oh. Wait, is it gonna be like the elephant toothpaste, Dad?
yeah, we're actually going to take some of that out of there.
Yeah, here. I can take a little hand. There. It's a cool, Dad.
Put it in there.
enough? Is it gonna do what an elephant toothpaste does?
No.
No? You said a
Well, about 2/3 full.
You said
Now you take your vinegar,
Ooh, vinegar.
your acid base, pour it in.
And that's gonna melt it down, basically. Like
Think kind of like you're making a tincture almost, but it's vinegar. Hand me a butter knife, please.
A butter knife?
Yep. It's not permeating down. You can already see the chemical reaction taking place.
Yeah?
Closer.
Oh yeah, it's bubbling. Is this not a butter? It's like bubbling.
And that will go a amber color or a golden brown by the time it is finished. Thank you.
That is so cool.
Put that vinegar down in there. See if we need to add any more.
You can hear it just going.
It's almost like you dropped an Alka-Seltzer down in there.
But you didn't.
Nope.
It's purely eggshells and vinegar.
This is an all organic.
No, well, this is pure, like, science.
This is an all organic product that we are making to give our plants calcium.
Guys, in the future,
We're
we
going-
will be doing. I guess
We're
more
probably going to be doing
tutorials?
some more of these videos teaching
More
you guys
tutorials?
how. I think a few of you have said you would love to learn some of this. You can see the chemical reaction taking place clean to the bottom.
And then at the top, you can just see it all bubbling. It makes like, honestly, I'm gonna say it. It kind of looks like Ale or Sprite at the top.
And then what you're going to do,
What is that?
that is called micropore tape. You can use paper and a rubber band, or you don't want to use paper with any ink on it, so no like writing paper, but parchment paper would work. You could use cheesecloth. You're going to cover the top to keep any pests out.
Wait, Dad.
Yeah.
Did you do that? Oh.
To allow it to do its thing, because if you put you're releasing a bunch of CO2, so if you put a lid on there, CO2, carbon dioxide.
Ow.
So if you put the lid on there, it will blow up.
Like how?
While that gas is being released, it would build up pressure in there, and if you've got that jar sealed, where's it going to go?
Nowhere. Wait, so that's gonna explode
Oh, it's
later?
going to go somewhere.
Is it gonna explode later?
No, that's why we put this on there. That allows it to breathe,
Oh, okay.
and it keeps pests out
Man, this is
and
very
contaminants.
sticky. Dad,
So
I got it stuck.
we're going to put that in a room temperature, dark place. If it goes a little bit above room temperature, it's not a big deal.
This is sticky.
You're going to let that go for 5 to 10 days or until the bubbles stop. When the bubbles stop, it is ready to roll. Like I said, you're going to add 5 milliliters to a gallon of water, shake it real well, and you're going to foliar feed it. Calcium is an immobile element in plants, so that means it. Let's put that back. That's the star of the show.
Okay.
Calcium is a immobile nutrient within plants, so it doesn't move within the plants very well. A foliar feed is actually better than a soil drench with calcium because it makes it immediately available to the plants and is putting it where it needs to be anyway. So this is a great way to stave off what's called blossom end rot, especially in our chilies. You apply it directly to it, so you're giving it the calcium it needs right there, boom. But it will make it down to the roots as well.
Okay.
So that is basically it. We've made our water-soluble calcium. Again, bake the eggs to kill off any organic matter or contaminants that's going to be in it, and it will be shelf-stable for a long time.
I can't believe I used the thing. Like the second my dad told me about this, I was like, okay, so do we drink it?
I mean,
Wouldn't taste the best.
you could ingest it. I don't know. I don't have any studies about that, but
Oh, Dad, look,
we
it's
do
breaking
use
up.
calcium.
Right here, I don't know if they can see it. There's an air gap in here where it keeps, every time there's a little bubble in there, it chips it up and blasts it up. Don't know if it'll be able to pick it up. There's little bubbles in there, like whenever they pop, the eggshells, they end up like going up.
Pretty neat little chemical reaction, huh?
Later we have to do like a little thing with elephant toothpaste. We gotta try that.
No, that's not beneficial to plants. We're gonna keep this to plants. Next, we will probably do either a FPJ or an FFJ,
Oh,
fermented plant juice or
Oh.
fermented fruit juice.
fruit juice? Is that edible? Edible? Like, are we able to drink the fruit juice?
I mean, yeah, you can actually. That's actually quite good for your gut biome. The banana one, if we do a banana FFJ, that's good as like a ice cream topper as well. So you've just made plant food and ice cream topper, if that's your kind of thing.
Is it gonna take eggshells?
No, that'll just be banana and brown sugar. But anyway, we're keeping this to WCA. This has been WCA. It's a much cheaper and sustainable way of making your calcium for your plants. Quit buying what you're feeding your plants. You know, your plants aren't using salt-based fertilizers in nature, so you shouldn't be doing that. That's my opinion. If you do it, you know, more power to you. I did it for a little while. I got a good grasp of it, good enough grasp to figure out that it wasn't for me. But anyway, WCA, thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.